Hey gang, today we're going to be doing scatter plots. So I'm going to work through these problems and hopefully you can work through them with me and it'll give you a little better idea of what I did to solve these. So just going to go starting at number one. Number one, a baseball coach graphs some data and finds the line of best fit. The equation for the line of best fit is y equals 0.32x minus 20.51. X is the number of times at bat, y is the number of hits. How many hits should he expect from a player who is at bat 175 times? So reading back through the problem, we're going to plug in 175 times at bat, which is x, into our equation to solve for y, which would be the number of hits. So my calculator, I'm going to do 0.32 times 175, which is 56, and then minus 20.51. So 35.49. So I'd be selecting letter A right here. Number two, below is the table of data regarding the cherry blossom trees in Washington, D.C. Make a scatter plot for the given data. What I wanted you to find out is basically what is the correlation or the relationship between the average temperature and the date in April that trees bloom. Okay, so we look at the temperature. 1.5 was the date in April, so April 28th is when the trees bloomed because of 1.5 degrees. The next time it was 5.8 degrees the next year, and the trees bloomed April 3rd, so much earlier, and the temperature was higher. The next one, 2.4 was the average temperature. The trees bloomed April 25th, so much later in the month. So I'm starting to see a trend that the lower the degrees, the later the trees bloom. Let's look at the next one to see if that's true. 4.0 average temp, the trees bloomed April 21st, so a little bit earlier, but not much. And then 4.7, as the temperature went up, the date got lower. So when we have correlation where one is going up and one is going down, that's called negative correlation because they're not both going the same direction. So we would say negative for number two. Number three, Chang wants to know if he's improving his skill on the cello. He created a scatter plot and drew a line of best fit. If he uses 0.28 and 1.5 from his line, which equation would best represent the line of best fit? So what I'm going to do first is find my slope. I'm going to do y minus y over x minus x using those 2 points. So I'm going to do 8 minus 1.5, 8 minus 1.5, and I get 6.5, so that number's on top, over 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. So 6.5 over negative 3 is negative 2.17. So my answer has to be either A or D. I know it can't be answer B because my slope is negative and that's a positive slope for answer B, so it can't be that. So it's either A or D. Then I'm going to look at my y-intercept. My y-intercept looks like it'd be up here around 12. So I look down here and I'd pick letter A. Moving down to number 4. The graph below shows the relationship between the distance in miles a delivery truck traveled and the number of hours each delivery took. Which of the two given points would be the best to use to calculate the line of best fit? So what we're looking for is points that land on the graph on this line of best fit. So we have the point 511. That's way up here off the graph, so we wouldn't want to use that. 309. So I go to 300 and I go up here to 9. That's pretty high off the graph, but maybe we can use it. We'll see. Okay, 409. 409. That's a little closer. 511. That's still pretty high off the graph. Let's look at letter D. 307. That's right on the graph. And 610. That's right on the graph. So we're going to go with letter D because both are right on the graph. Number 5 is down here in the bottom left corner. Jared collected data on the ages and heights of a random sample of elementary school students. If he plots the data on a scatter plot, what relationship will you most likely see between age and height? So think to yourself, as students get older, so as their age goes up, what happens to height? Height also usually goes up. So since both are going up, we would say C, positive correlation. Okay, number 6. The graph shows the weights of dogs and the time it took the same dogs to complete an agility course in seconds, which shows the line of best fit for the data. Okay, so let's read it again. The weight of the dog and the time it took the same dog to complete an agility course. So let's look at our graph. So as weight goes up, seconds go up, because usually the heavier a dog is, the slower they're probably going to be, the less agile, less agility. So we look at these graphs and see which one has the best line of fit. Letter D down here is just crazy. We're not even going to use that. That can't be true. Okay, so let's look at A, B, and C, which shows the best line of fit. So this doesn't really go through all the dots. It goes above all of them. So it wouldn't be that. This goes below, so it wouldn't be that. So it has to be C, because C basically splits the dots in the middle. So it's the best line of fit. So number 6 would be C. Okay, a couple more. Number 7. A high school principal wants to predict the number of students who will drop out of school so he can get funding for support services. He determined the equation that represents this data as y equals negative 10x plus 216, where x represents the years since 2004 and y is the number of students who drop out. Use this equation to help him predict the number of students who will drop out in 2012. Okay, so we think about 2004 would be year basically 0, okay, because they said that's where we're starting. So we want to look at 2012. So we want to plug in, we want to count up. So 2004 was 0. So 2005 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2010 would be 6. 2011 would be 7. 2012 would be 8. So we're going to plug 8 in for x. So we do negative 10 times 8 is negative 80 plus 216. So then we get 136. So our answer would be C. So again, we plugged in 8 because we went 8 years past 2004 to 2012, and then we added 216. Okay, number 8. Which graph represents a positive correlation? So A is going negative. B looks like no correlation. They're spread everywhere. C looks positive. As one goes up, the other goes up. D looks like a smiley face. So no. Letter C it is. All right. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have questions. Please use this video to help you finish the rest of the problems. You need to do 1 through 18. Thanks.